Hello, and welcome back to the vlog. This is my 36-week bump date vlog, although I'm technically not 36 weeks until tomorrow. But I thought I'd pick up the vlog and start here now today because I'm about to head into physical therapy. And I feel like this might be my last physical therapy appointment before I give birth, just because, well, I'm only 4 weeks out and I don't know. I don't really know what to expect. But anyway, let's go. I have to pee really bad, so let's go in.
Are you in pain or just uncomfortable?
That's a good question. Because I've been saying in pain, but I think the reality is uncomfortable. Just like super unmotivated.
Fair. Very fair. Is it back? Is it hips? Is it pelvic floor? Is it belly? Is it shoulders?
It's lower back and hips.
Okay.
He was breached last time they checked. They're going to check again tomorrow. But yeah, it's just been, I feel like I got a giant bowling ball. And like moving is just really hard. I'm just a big baby about it. Yeah, I'm trying to work a lot in these last few weeks, so it's hard.
Which also isn't helping because you're sitting tons.
Sitting tons. I was sitting my ball though.
Okay. But still, you're still in the hip flex position, which is putting more strain here. When you're sitting, right, your knees are flexed, so you're tightening your hamstrings.
Yeah.
You're flexed here, so you're tightening your hip flexors, and you're extending your back. Which, when you're pregnant, you want to be here, and you're making it go the other direction, which is not terrible, but for you, especially, you already have that extra lordotic curve, so any increase in kind of flexion is already going to be kind of challenging for you.
I thought I was solving all those issues with my ball.
Know that the ball is helping a lot,
and
it would be a lot worse in a normal
chair. Yeah.
Right, because the ball is at least keeping you in a better position, because in a normal chair, you'd be here.
Yeah, I still have to stop myself from doing these. I do that a lot, yeah.
Still on the ball, you can do that?
Uh-huh.
That's pretty good. I know you're doing the pelvic floor. Can you feel any abdominal control, or do you feel like it's gone with how?
Lately I've been feeling like whatever abs are up here have like torn apart from each other. There was like a period of time like 3 days ago where like this top half of my bump like really hurt.
Like a fire?
Yeah, and I didn't know, I hadn't been doing anything. I've been like literally sitting on the couch all weekend.
I'm going to check you really quick for diastasis. 90% of pregnant women get diastasis when they're pregnant, so it's highly, highly likely you have it.
It's when they separate?
It's when they separate, right? So you have your six pack, boom, 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 and there's a big thick tendon in the middle, and obviously you're stretching, and so it's going to tear. Oh yeah, I can already see it.
Really?
Bend your knees. You're going to do just a little sit-up, like just shoulders. Yeah, see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, rest. So, can I pull your shirt up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want you to see your belly. So, check here first, and I want you to just rest your fingers like that. Sorry, my hands are really cold. So you can see it here. See that big tent that's happening when you...
Yes.
Yeah. But see how it's mostly here? Do it here again. See how it's not so bad down here?
Yeah.
And it's actually... Do it one more time. And it's actually very not bad down here. This is the fresh one. That's why it's so significant up here. This doesn't have the transverse, right? You've been really, really good about protecting here. And you've done a good job. We can see that most of it's up here. But that's probably... Did you feel it right in here?
Yeah.
That's probably what was happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I thought was happening. Yeah. Well, it is what it is, right?
It is what it is. There's literally... The only thing you can do is if it's really uncomfortable, you can do a little... like approximation tape. Well, you can use like the K tape, like the kinesio tape, to just give it a little approximation. It's not going to physically support it, but it is going to give you just a little bit of approximation that will feel kind of nice.
I was literally like sitting on the couch like this.
Yeah, and if it's really uncomfortable, you can help as you like get up out of the position.
Oh, okay. Does that go back together?
So yes and no. It's a ligament, it's not a muscle, so it's going to be a little bit looser, but it will shrink back, and the better, that's why I'm very happy that you still have such good support down here, because usually this is where it's bad.
Oh, okay.
So this will help. This will reduce quite a bit, because you have a lot of other muscles up here. The more your transverse engages and supports underneath, the better that's going to reduce, the faster. So most women will spontaneously improve by like a year. When we work with you very soon postpartum and get those muscles working correctly sooner, months.
Oh,
a couple of months, right? It takes at least 6 to 8 weeks for the uterus to shrink, so it's not going to be like, boom, it's better. How are your classes? Oh my god, there's so much we haven't talked about.
I know. It's not. Classes for great.
So I'm sure you talked about the phases of labor.
Yep.
Right? So 3 phases.
Yes, early, active, and pushing.
Right? So there's also in the early and active labor, the way I think about it is where baby is in your pelvis before you start to push. So there's like engaging in the pelvis, entering the pelvis, and then kind of transversing out into the pelvis. And that's going to depend on how we put your legs in your pelvis to kind of wiggle him down. And I'm hoping that some of that might help him turn too as you're stretching and moving to kind of be like, hey, this is where your head should be. So yeah, let's go do some positions and then we'll do a little massage so he kind of just knows what you like and you can coach him into it a little bit better.
That would be good.
Okay. Do you remember the motions that we did in the beginning? So what I want you to think about is there's 3 phases of active labor or pre-labor and active labor leading up to delivery. So these are going to be the things you could do up until you get your epidural and you can't stand anymore. Okay. The first one, our goal.
So you're doing these at home. If I'm laboring at home.
Yes, if you're laboring at home, these are what you would be progressing until you get to the hospital. The last one maybe you'll be able to do in the hospital, but for the most part, most of these are at home.
Okay.
So number 1 is on the ball. We're doing just all of the pelvic stuff we did. So first phase, what I want you to think of is we're trying to get baby's head to engage the top of the pelvis, right? So we want to open. So your goal is going to be knees wide, pelvis forward, right? So we're going to be going forward and back through here.
Okay.
Knees nice and wide. Yeah. As wide as you are comfortable. They don't have to be super duper wide.
This is about as much as I can do.
Yeah, maybe like 45. And so that's what's going to feel the best for you.
That's just kind of like,
and we're just like, excuse me, get into your hole. Right? So this is going to be the one that's going to be the most comfortable, but there's a bunch of different other options for it. Okay. So go ahead and stand up. Another easy one is child's pose on the ball. Right knees wide, rocking this way. You can also do an up rock.
okay.
So go ahead and try that, because that's one that Mario can help with. Because again, you'll feel, so just super nice. And then you go into the up rock, and we're going to tuck. So this should actually also feel good if you're feeling a lot of strain. Your uterus is hanging straight down instead of down towards your thighs, which will change where the round ligaments are hanging and should feel a little bit better on your lower back.
It's kind of funny. I kind of do this over my desk most of the time.
Yeah. So Mario can also be here. He can also be putting pressure right through here. You can also be doing full hand pressure here on your lower back when you're feeling if you end up getting back labor.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can also be up high and rounding your back a little bit more, and then sitting back like that with more of a round, and he can be doing whatever needs to be here as well.
Why is it when you push the hips and that feels so good?
Because that's what is not happening. Right?
Oh my God.
Because your body's going open and you're like, no, please just hold me together. But that's what's going to feel really good for him, and if he's not strong enough, he can always do this.
Okay.
That's going to be what you want, because your body's going to be trying to open, and you're going to want him here, or you're going to want him here.
Just for like pain relief.
Just for pain relief, because he's the stability that your muscles are no longer giving you. The last big one, if you can get there, and I'm going to help you, is another partner one. You can do it on a counter, but partners are easier. You're basically going to be in a big deep squat.
Oh.
So
I can get in. Can I get out?
So ideally, you can be like hands on shoulders and like hanging into your tailbone, so really rounding that lower back.
Oh, okay.
Right, so similar to the ball, but a little more vertical, and you can really put your weight on me. So you're really going to hang and squeeze, and like that. Okay?
Yeah.
And then he's going to help you. Ready? You're 1, 2, 3, up. And he's going to help you move.
Okay. Is that to get baby in the...
Yeah. These are all labor positions.
Okay.
Things that feel good in labor. Number one thing is as much communication as you can. Right? Don't just let him pull you up. Everything is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, I'm moving. 1, 2, 3, you're moving me.
Okay, I noticed that my camera died while I was at physical therapy. But basically, this was a super interesting one. We went over my current pain and what's causing it. She's very impressed with how my transverse abdomens are doing, and that's because I've been doing all of the physical therapy. But unfortunately, the top of my abs have split apart from each other. Not much you can do about it. We will train them to go back together postpartum. And then we went over positions to do in all of the various stages of labor. So that's the part I think where my camera died. But yeah, an amazingly fascinating physical therapy appointment as per usual. And then we ended the appointment with a back massage because my back has been spasming because, well, I got a lot of weight. that it's been holding up, and it hasn't been holding it up with great success. So a little back massage, which was great. Some like lower back release, just felt amazing. Actually did make another appointment for 38 weeks, aka like 2 weeks from now. But she was just like, don't feel obligated to make that appointment if you just are straight up not feeling up for it. But also if you're in a lot of pain, we can just do like pain relief stuff. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel in 2 weeks. But yeah, that was my little physical therapy update. It's the next morning. I gotta move a little quickly here because I have a doctor's appointment in 45 minutes. Well, I have to leave in like 45 minutes. So I'm gonna take a quick 36-week bump photo. Okay, I got one that I'm happy with. So at this point, that's all we can handle. That's all we can manage. I'm gonna get out of these clothes that do not fit me at 36 weeks, put on some clothes that do, and go eat something. Okay, it's breakfast time. Don't know why I said it like that. Got my overnight oats, my protein shake, raspberries to add to the overnight oats, almonds to add to the overnight oats, and normally that would be breakfast, but plus water and my prenatals. But we're starting something new this week. Dates. Now, listen, I know that there's a lot of things on the internet that are like, this will help labor, da 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 da, that are all bullshit or based in anecdotes instead of evidence. But I will say, I actually read the entire study about this whole dates thing the other night. Don't ask me, I was simply bored apparently. Well, there's not like enough scientific backing for people to be like, yes, definitely 100% eat 6 dates a day in your last 4 weeks of pregnancy. The study that they performed was extraordinarily compelling. That women that did eat 6 dates a day in the last 4 weeks of their pregnancy had better labor outcomes. So here's the thing. I'm gonna chop up 6 dates, put them in my oatmeal. That's where I'm going with this. And I'm gonna do it every day until I give birth. But I actually love dates. I eat dates plain as a snack all the time. I used to, especially my vegan days. Oh my God, dates were one of my #1 go-to snacks. I've done the whole thing where you fill it up with, well, I don't like peanut butter, but you know, almond butter and drizzle it with chocolate and freeze them. I put them in my smoothies. I put them in my salads. I eat them plain, honestly, no problem. And obviously I'm putting them in my oatmeal. So I love dates. So this is really like not that big of a deal for me, whether it actually has any impact or not. I'm happy to eat 6 dates a day. More than happy. So 6 is a lot for the oatmeal. I'm gonna have 2 on the side. Otherwise it's gonna overpower the oatmeal. I posted my maternity photos today and y'all are loving them and it's making me very happy. External validation. Do y'all know you have to keep taking prenatals after you give birth if you're breastfeeding? I took this breastfeeding nutrition webinar yesterday. I had no idea. Okay, my oats are overflowing today. Be very careful. Just dropped a raspberry on the floor. All right, as I was saying, I have to be very careful when mixing this up or shit will fall on the floor. It takes a while to mush this shit up. I'll have a date in the meantime. I can feel my cervix ripening as we speak. Just kidding. Oh no, my phone's on 2%. I got no fucking sleep last night, and whenever that happens, I am on my phone a lot because, like, what the fuck else? It's honestly Beethoven's fault, and frankly, if this is the universe being like, we encourage you to kick your cats out of the bedroom faster, then they're doing a good job. Beethoven would not leave me alone. He was like, crawling on me is very unusual. Normally he sleeps like on my pillow and my hair, you know, up by my face or whatever, but I'm asleep and it's fine. Last night he was like crawling all over my face, crawling all over my stomach, licking me. You know, he was very active, and so he kept waking me up. And like I almost in the middle of the night, because I only got a very disjointed like 3.5 hours of sleep last night. I was almost in the middle of the night gonna lock him out of the bedroom because it was so obnoxious. But A, I knew he would cry. And B, I didn't want Tuna to be locked in because Tuna was just asleep on our bed like he usually is. Because what if Tuna had to like pee or something? What do you have to say for yourself? Anyway, I'm gonna eat this breakfast and I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, I just got out of my doctor's appointment and I'm very excited and happy. Incredible news all around. The baby's head down. He is head down and he hasn't dropped yet, you know, like baby's like dropped. He's just still chilling there, but he is he's in the right position for labor, which is, you know, exciting because he's been breeching. I don't know when he flipped. Maybe he's been in this position for a while. I have no idea. Although, let me tell you, he was moving like crazy last night. It wouldn't surprise me if he just flipped last night or something. It was insane. But either way, I'm so happy to hear that he is head down. Now let's hope he stays that way. But yeah, great appointment. The baby sounds good. He looks good. He's, I'm just so happy because, you know, I was breech. You know, we've talked about this before. I was breech and It was a pain in the ass for my mom, and when I found out he was breached at our last growth scan, I was like, oh no, it's karma coming for me, because my fetus self made it difficult for my own mother. But nope, he's being a very good boy, and I love him so much already. Anyway, good 36-week appointment. I'm clearly very happy. So today, despite my violent lack of sleep, which I was like, I'm not sleeping, my feet are swollen, and everything's uncomfortable, and she was like, yep, that's normal. My blood pressure's good, and the baby looks good, so she's like, no, everything is good. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to complain too much then. Anyway, now I'm rambling. What was I saying? Oh yeah, despite my violent lack of sleep, I have a lot of editing to do today, so I'm editing today. Then tonight we are taking our final class. I know we've been taking a lot of classes, but this is our final class. We're taking an infant safety and CPR class, which I'm excited to take. Knowledge is power. So,
Beethoven, I think you're in my shot.
Beethoven wants to give the bump date.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow.
Meow. Look at him in the back from that.
What do you think of your pizza bagel?
It's delicious, baby. Thank you. Infant CPR class.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find it illuminating?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I didn't know some of the finer details of infant-specific CPR.
Same.
I was introduced to a whole new animation style.
Yeah, I took a video of the animation they had for the chest compressions because it was serious, but very funny. But yeah, straightforward, I think. All right, baby. It is 36 weeks. Are you ready for the bump date?
9 months.
9 months. But right off the bat, he is the size of 2 plates of beignets. Well, that's something that we can visualize.
Yeah, that's a New Orleans flair.
All right, he is a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Okay.
He's the size of a Chihuahua.
That seems smaller. Chihuahuas are tiny.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the Chihuahua. He's the size of a ripe papaya.
Not unripe.
Not unripe. No.
Not overripe.
No, ripe.
Sorry, I'm thinking there's 2 plates of beignets, right?
Uh-huh.
So is it the size of the 2 beignets or the 2 plates?
Well,
Then why does it need to have a beignet on it?
because that category is Parisian.
So they just needed to put something French on a plate. Okay.
Whew, you put a lot of red pepper on these pizzas, baby.
It is hot. It's hotter
You're
than
gonna
I
give me some severe heartburn tonight. In week 36, the spawn is probably close to 19 inches and 6 pounds, about the size of a papaya, a ripe papaya. Although variation in the height and weight of each individual baby increases as they get closer to birth, and when your little one arrives, they should be just the perfect size for them. At this point, if the spawn is still in the breech position, your healthcare provider may talk to you about ways to get them into a head down position for safe labor and delivery.
Not our concern, baby!
My baby flipped because he's a very good boy, and I'm talking to like a cat.
Yep, that's your Beethoven voice.
That is my Beethoven voice. Oh, that's going to be a problem even when he's here. The baby flipped. God bless him. Your baby's digestive system is not fully developed yet. Although Spawn has had plenty of practice swallowing amniotic fluid, they will not be digesting food until they start eating on the outside. If you haven't thought much about it yet, you should spend some time thinking about how you want to plan to feed the Spawn once they're born.
With the souls of his enemies.
The souls of his enemy?
Yeah. He's the Spawn.
True. Breastfeeding is an excellent way to bond with your baby and make them get the nutrients they need, but it's not the only way to do things. Bottle feeding can also be a special time. Well, we're going to try breastfeeding. Mm-hmm. But we're not, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We're easygoing. You're easygoing.
Well, I don't think you're married to it.
No, I mean, I want to try it. But yeah, if it doesn't work out, it's fine. Honestly, if it doesn't work, drinking for mommy. I hate that I just said that.
What was that voice choice?
I don't know. Because it wasn't something that I really, really wanted to say, so it just felt like something I should say.
The people were expecting it.
People were expecting it, even though I don't really drink that much outside of, I don't drink at all, obviously, now, but, even... What am I talking about? No idea. What's new with you? Okay. Because the spawn is moving down into your pelvis in advance of birth, the pressure on your lungs should be lightening up, making breathing easier again. When your baby moves down in this way, it is called lightening and is often considered one of the first signs of labor. If it is your first pregnancy, it could happen weeks before you go into labor. And while you may be breathing easier, you'll probably still be dealing with a number of other discomforts as a result of this move, like increased pelvic discomfort, pressure on your bladder. Heartburn and insomnia may still be bothering you at this point. Swollen feet could be doing the same, and if yours have grown significantly, they could remain this way after birth.
Your feet? Well, your feet aren't really swollen. It's more your ankles, right?
I had cankles before pregnancy.
Right, yeah. All right.
Well, I definitely have heartburn.
Yeah.
I feel like I have consistent, persistent, low-level heartburn that now that I'm eating something spicy and tomatoey right before bed, if I don't sit up for the next hour, I will probably wake up to stomach bile in my throat. So I will have to do that.
Do we want some Tums, maybe?
Maybe. And insomnia, obviously. I only got 3 hours of sleep last night, although I blame Beethoven. In terms of, like, he hasn't dropped, for sure. He's not in my pelvis. If he is, then I have no pelvic pressure, which I feel like is not right. So I do have a hard time breathing, but I don't feel like he's, like, in my lungs either. I think I just have a long torso, and I'm lucky in that regard. As you approach delivery day, make sure that you know the symptoms of labor so you can be ready for your little one's arrival. Diarrhea, increased contractions, and your water breaking can all be signs that you might be going into labor. Actually, I heard about this the other day. A lot of women have diarrhea right before they go into labor. It's like their body's way of, like, clearing out space.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Be great for you.
I know, I'm fucking constipated as hell all the time. Once you have a good sense of what the signs of labor are, make sure you have your hospital or birthing center bag ready to go, other necessary plans in place, and you and the spawn should be ready to go. It's crazy that these updates are like, start getting ready. You can go to the hospital any day now. I don't have the hospital bag packed. That's something I was going to do next week. I think that's probably... I don't want to say it out loud.
Well, no, I mean, even we talked about this, I think, a couple days ago, which is even if, God forbid, your water breaks tomorrow, go into labor or whatever, and we have, well, not water breaks. If you start having contractions, we have a few hours, we can just pack the bag then. Also, It's not going to be a day-long thing.
Right.
We already know mostly what we are going to take. We just got to pack it.
I have a list. I have the list. It's just, putting it in the bag.
I feel like we could up our snack game for the hospital bag.
We're going to Costco this weekend.
Great.
How do you feel about the baby being here in 4 weeks or less?
I feel good about the baby. Did you talk about the emotional moment we had the other, like, a few days ago? Either week?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
We had a moment where Rachel started getting emotional out of the blue about...
Which has been happening a lot. About a lot of different things.
Right. Which has also happened pre-pregnancy, but it's increased in frequency.
That's true.
Yeah. Just getting emotional about the idea, or I guess you were just becoming conscious or aware of the fact that we only have 4 more weeks of it being just us. So it's not so much about, like, being nervous or anxious about him coming in.
Right.
It's more just being like, well,
It's been just us for like 7.5 years.
And the things that we would do to have fun together, just the two of us, are now really not going to be an option for a while.
Not going to be an option for a while, and also it'll just never be the same, because like even like 18 years from now, right? Like, first of all, this is not going to be our only kid, so really more like 20, 22 years from now, when it goes back to just being us. It'll still never just be us. We'll just have adult children that we'll be aware of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, like, our, like, lives and the couple that we have been for so long is about to be over.
That's what, I think of that era of us, and it was mostly when we were in our 20s anyway, of us just going out to a bar at night, staying out late.
And not thinking about it.
Not thinking about it.
Not worrying about it.
No.
That shit's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it kind of has been over since we're not in our 20s anymore.
Basically, the pandemic killed it anyway.
The pandemic killed it, but...
Took the last of my glory years, and now I'm an old raisin of an Italian.
I know, you're gonna be 34 this year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Something about that just seems really old.
Sick. I mean, if I were a wine or a scotch, I'd be very expensive.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And I would drink you right out.
Well, not yet.
Not yet.
You getting excited in there?
He's like, it's too spicy.
No, not if it's my boy. Spicy meatball in there. Spicy matzo ball.
Spicy pizza bagel.
Spicy pizza bagel.
Alright, baby. I'm gonna end this vlog.
Okay. That was a good one.
I have no fucking idea anymore. I'm the best YouTuber in the world.
Yeah, the safe answer there was yes. Of course it was a good vlog. So it's the best vlog you've ever done so far.
Oh my god. I don't know how people are this pregnant and do anything. Bye, thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. I will see you guys in the next one. This one was probably like my best vlog yet, right, baby?
No probably about it.
No problem.
Subscribe for the best that is yet to come.
That's right.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Bye.